Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie. This is Moon Directed. Welcome to our channel. Okay, our channel. Yes, it is. So I've tried to record a couple of times, but I've run into a couple of issues. So we're just going to keep on going. I already have one card pulled for you. This reading is going to be for December 28th through January 3rd. However, Spirit, the dragons actually wanted to bring you a message for 2021, which is going to definitely be a big year of change. And so that's that card right there. And then let's see if there's any other cards that want to come out for that. And then we're going to go ahead and channel in that message before we get to the rest of it. Wow, they have a lot to say. They have a lot to say. So channeling directly from the dragons takes a lot of energy, so hang in there with me. I'm going to manage it the best I can. It is a very large energy. It is a very large energy. It's protective, it's nurturing, it's mentoring. So let's just see. Okay. Wow. All right, Pisces, you must have a big year ahead of you. You do have Jupiter ingressing into your sign in March, maybe May, for a little bit, and then we'll back out and go back into Aquarius before it gets back into your sign next year, I think. So you get a little visit from Saturn of expansion energy. You have Neptune already there. Neptune rules your sign. And this is a year of big change for everybody. Okay. Okay, so some of you Pisces are going to be pregnant this year, so congratulations on that. For the majority of you, though, this is a year of self-empowerment, of standing in your truth, living your truth, of going through a death and a rebirth process. But the fertility, like what gets born out of this ending into the new beginning, looks magnificent. And so okay, so the card that first went out was the fertility card. This is the Empress card. So you have the 3 and then you have the 4. So you have the energy of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, right? The Emperor and the Empress, fertility and power, a new creative idea, a new energy, something that you are creating that has a need to nurture and a need to so it's giving and receiving. It's taking the risks and building something. It's also taking the time to, it feels very passionate. It feels like a very passionate, something you care a lot about. However, it is going to take you really being in touch with your internal energy, because you have the solitaire card of the Hermit. And so there will be a time for really pulling your energy in, because you have patience. This is like that fertility card. See the green and it looks like a big egg, right? And so it's kind of, you have to have patience. It's like planting the seeds of intention and then waiting a bit. And I almost feel like that when Jupiter first gets into your sign, you should see a spike in the growth, but then there will be a pulling back of the energy, and then there will be an explosion of it as Jupiter moves back fully into your sign. And next year when, and I don't know the date because I didn't know this was going to come up. At some point next year, though, Jupiter will come into conjunction. I think it won't be this year. I don't have the right book anyway. Comes into conjunction, by next year I mean 2022, comes into conjunction with Neptune. I don't think it's going to get that far before it retrogrades. You have living your truth, rebirth, and renewal. And I feel like it's the rebirth and the renewal, and then living the truth. Do you see those colors, how they're the same? But one of them, it's like the fire is starting to light up, and then it's fully engulfed. You have the Destiny card. So you have the 9 and then the 10. This is the Wheel of Fortune. But this one, look at all that green of growth, and it looks like it's wrapped around an Ace of Pentacles. There is some magnificent idea that you have, that you're going to have patience. Again, this green, this egg, have patience for the process as it develops and as it grows. It's going to require you using your divine masculine and feminine energy. It could be a relationship between a divine masculine and a divine feminine, but it's going to take time to evolve. But living your truth, this really has like that phoenix rising from the ashes, judgment. This is the rebirth energy in full flight. There's going to have to be some kind of a letting go, an ending, and having patience for the nurturing. Okay, so we're in winter. And everything is kind of so like the fall was the releasing and the letting go, the full moons, eclipses. This is the light within. This solitary, see how he's holding the light? This is the light. This is embracing your divine sovereignty, your divine guidance, your divine wisdom and knowledge. Oh, I just noticed this. This Wheel of Fortune it's got the Jupiter sign all over it. This has to do with the Jupiter cycle through your sign. So this is going to be like 18 months or 2-year cycle, but it's starting this year. And so laying the groundwork, doing what needs to be done, cultivating and preparing and having patience. It's going to take a couple years to fully have the whole thing come into culmination. So for those of you that are pregnant, you will not be pregnant for 2 years unless you're an elephant. And although when you're pregnant, sometimes you're like, I swear I'm an elephant. No. Okay, wow. All I feel, it's in the heart chakra. There is so much pressure right now. It's like this idea of something that I really care about is waiting to explode out into the world. But it's going to take some time, and it's going to take connection with spirit. There's definitely the death and the rebirth. And I feel, well, actually, it doesn't say death and rebirth. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. It says rebirth and renewal. Absolutely. Okay, so when Jupiter moves into Pisces, I believe it's May, okay? But I could be wrong. It could be as early as March. I don't know why I can't think of that off the top of my head. But when it moves in, I think you plant a seed of an idea. You really lay some groundwork for it. You really put in some effort. And then Jupiter will retreat back into Aquarius. And I think you're going to have to wait until Jupiter moves back into Pisces to start to see it expand and grow. So get ready for that. And when that happens, the North Node will be in Taurus, an Earth sign, and the South Node will be in Scorpio, the sign of the Phoenix. This is a long cycle. You're going to have a lot of patience. Having patience doesn't mean not doing anything, they just said. So whatever that means to you, this project can't sit in the back of your head with nothing happening, not doing any work. No, you're going to have to put, this is a year of change. You have to do the change. You have to create the structures. You have to put things in place. They're just saying that trust the process. You can't see everything that's happening. It's sort of like, okay, now they're showing me the bamboo. Okay, again, so it's the idea, although I would prefer the forget-me-nots because it's a 2-year cycle, I'm just saying. It's where you plant the seeds and or asparagus, right? And the root systems are growing underneath. There's work happening. You just don't see the sprouts coming up. It's going to be that kind of a thing. So pack your patience. You're not wrong. Listen to your intuition. Follow the guidance. This is a destiny. This is soul work. This is something that you came here to do. And it is a rebirth and renewal process, which means that as Jupiter moves in and out of your sign, you will experience some movement and then you'll feel like it's retreating. Do not lose hope and hang on to it for when you finally step into the full power of it and you have the full flames, right? The full flames go from this to this. Okay? Wow. Okay. Well, that's exciting. I can't wait to see what you're going to do, Pisces. That looks really exciting. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the week and what's going on. We start out with the moon in Gemini. So I'm going to start pulling cards for that. But the moon in Gemini Monday is the day before that full moon in Cancer, which is in your house of fun and romance and creative projects. And so there's an ending of a cycle that needs to be had. You need to take some kind of a step to complete something in order to create space for this, right? Or it's the next step on a level of this to get to where that is. So whatever that means to you. So let's go ahead and start pulling the cards for this week. And while I'm getting the cards out, I do want to invite you to come and join me at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. That would be 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time U.S. on Monday night, every Monday night. So you could set your watch for it because the notification bell doesn't really work. You can come and join me and we do live. And so this week I will be pulling cards. Health, wealth, love, and destiny for 2021 for each of the signs. And then whoever's still in the chat afterwards, I'll pull cards for you, so it's personalized reading. If you are in Australia, that would be Tuesday morning at 11:30 Sydney time, if that helps you, because I know I have a couple of people that are in Australia that were like, I don't get notified and I don't remember. It's on Tuesdays for you. Even though it's Moon Day Night Live, it's my Moon Day night. But it's your Tuesday AM, so Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. in Sydney. Okay, so that is the one thing. And the other thing that I want to talk a little bit about is that I have a course that's starting called Discovering Your Destiny. It is January 9th when we begin. It is only $132. There is a little video on it, and by little I mean only 4.5 minutes. There is a little video. Okay, this is excellent. There's a little video and it will tell you more about it, but it's about getting into your chart, finding your superpower, identifying through your chart, which is your blueprint for what you plan to do when you came here, looking at some of the asteroids and some of the fixed stars and where your nodes are. So where is it that you're working toward? What is it that you're working to release, the karmic releases and stuff? So get on track, and we'll spend the next 6 months. We'll meet every week for 6 months, and we'll learn how to work with the energy cycles of the moon and other planetary things that happen. And so for you, Pisces, would definitely get into this when Saturn moves into, not Saturn, but when Jupiter moves into Neptune, into Pisces. Wow, really? Okay. And so we'll look at that. Well, there's other things that we're going to cover too. We're going to look at numerology and a few other things to help you really feel and understand what it is that your plan was. So some people said that coming up with the $132 in January was going to be tough, and they wanted a payment plan. So there's the $132 one-time payment, or you can do 3 payments of $44 or 4 payments of $33. You need to email me at moondirected@gmail.com so we can set that up. So just send that out. I will record the lesson every week ahead of time so that there's a nice clear copy of what we're going to cover, but the class will be live. And anything we don't get to that was in the lesson plan, you'll still get the email of the lesson plan, so you'll have it, and you'll also have to go over again. So if you can't make it to the class, you can still get the class. So hopefully we will have a nice little group for that. Look at you guys. This is going to be a great week. So this is a week that sets us up for wrapping up 2020. We started with a full moon eclipse in Cancer in 2020, and we're going to end on a full moon in Cancer, right? And so it was really like a nice cleaning up of did you release all of the karmic ties around the nurturing mother energy that may have, the voices in our head that we don't necessarily need there? Were you willing to let that go? Were you able to find the way to forgive yourself and others for these karmic contracts that you had that were being played out because we incarnated in this lifetime to be triggered? Some of us were very triggered, right? To be triggered so that we could release as much karma as possible in the quickest time possible so that we could elevate into that higher energy level that is coming in waves, because we are now in the age of Aquarius, but we're still in the age of Pisces. It's a transition time. It's a shoulder time. I don't like the shoulder season in a resort, right? And so the waves are coming in, but they're coming in waves because we can't handle a big, huge download. And so clearing out, releasing karma so we can get out of the dense lower energy so that we can be in the higher vibrational energy, and we can take in this downloads and elevate and help to raise our vibration, and the vibration of the planet is what we came here to do if we incarnated in this lifetime. And hey, if you're listening to me, then you did, right? So I don't know why it goes glitchy sometimes. I don't even have anything on. Okay, so here we go. You have Duck. Find comfort and balance in the simple ways. You have support all around you. I got to tell you, when I'm looking at these cards, I can tell that this year you're going to have a lot of support. You're going to have a lot of support to chase down your dream, to chase down what it was you came here to do, to chase down your life mission. So the support is here. Like, things are really moving in that direction. In about 4 years, it's going to get really interesting for Pisces. So laying groundwork right now and being ready will be very helpful, because in 4 years, Pluto will be in Aquarius, and that'll be your 12th house, which Pisces rules the 12th house. Neptune rules the 12th house. And you will have Saturn will have moved in to create the structures, to transform your life through these visions, these dreams, these expanded ideas, belief, and philosophies. So getting started now, head start on that will be very beneficial. So use this year wisely. Pick and choose and cultivate your dreams. Cultivate is the word they just said. So, all right, in case we didn't know, it is time with this full moon that's happening. So the moon's going to move into Cancer, your fellow water sign. Remember, that's your creative house, right? Children, ideas, joy, happiness, romance. So at 5:28 a.m. on Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, U.S., and then the full moon happens in the evening at 10:28 at 8 degrees and 53 minutes. So anything that you have in water around 1 to 14, 15 degrees is going to be triggered by this, and anything that you have in a cardinal sign. So that would be Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, or Aries. Any planet placements that you have in that 1 to 15 degrees, you're going to kind of feel this energy of this full moon and what you need to release, and you're being asked to release the negativity around this. So the negativity, how do you do that? You choose to be in the attitude of gratitude. You choose to be willing to forgive and to have compassion for yourself and grace for yourself and others. It's choosing the unconditional love. So you have amazing other cards that came in. You have your commitment is being tested. This is going to be the commitment. Remember, have patience. You're going to be tested on how committed you are to this idea, this dream, this goal that you want. Okay? Or maybe a new relationship that started. It feels like a very creative idea. Something around that. Your commitment to integrating and building and nurturing this thing into magnificence is going to be tested. So the patience, right? But you have energy is gaining momentum and luck is on your side. So really positive, powerful, moving forward energy for you. And you have be strong. I pull myself up and I do what needs to be done. Across the zodiac from Cancer is Capricorn, and if you want an energy that pulls itself up and does what needs to be done, you can get it from them. So you have Capricorn somewhere in your chart. Everybody has everything somewhere in their chart. Check and see what you've got in Capricorn that you can lean into. That energy of pulling something up. Especially being in Pisces, you are likely to have maybe some personal planets. You could have Venus or Mars maybe. Just check and see what you have that is in Capricorn that allows you to kind of really grab into that energy. And I pull myself up and I do what needs to be done. That is how you're going to get through this. So yes, you're going to be tested. Yes, it's not going to be smooth and easy. Whatever this is, it's going to take patience. It's going to take nurturing. It's going to take your faith and trust and belief in yourself and in the idea that you're trying to create in order to give birth to magnificence. But it looks like it'll be worth it. It is your destiny, right? Paying attention to your dreams is really important while that moon is in Cancer. It's very supported by what's going up there in Pisces with Neptune there. So paying attention to your dreams probably as a rule right now is a really good idea for Pisces, but it's getting a little extra help there, a little extra push. Okay, so the moon is going to move into Leo at 1:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on New Year's Eve here in the United States. That's Thursday. There is some challenging energy around it, and yet I gotta tell you, it is the energy of motivation, it is the energy of get her done. So putting things down on paper, taking that step forward so that spirit can pick you up and start carrying you forward, it's going to require your commitment, daily committed effort and energy. Okay, so when the moon is in Leo, there is this beautiful trine energy that will form early Saturday that is between Venus in Sagittarius, Mars, so that's divine feminine, Mars in Aries, divine masculine energy around the heart center, right? The energy of the moon in Leo. This is that opportunity to really connect with somebody and connect with someone you care about, and it could be connecting and finding the balance between your own divine masculine and feminine energy. But because we start out with all this energy happening in your house of creativity with that moon, full moon going on there, I think it might be an opportunity to really connect in some sort of a partnership. It might be the partnership that helps you to bring your idea into fulfillment. And so for the energy of the Leo moon, I actually went to the Light Keepers Oracle so that I could pull spirit guides for you to tap into, to lean into, to ask for guidance throughout the year ahead. And you have amazing ones. You have Paul the Venetian. It says experiencing grace. And this is the grace you're going to need to experience for yourself through the patience that's going to be required to nurture your idea. You're going to be tested. And so you're going to need the grace to remember to be strong. And so it says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. This is Paul the Venetian. Beautiful energy to lean into. And the other one you have is you have Diana. Focused intention. That is using your intuition. Definitely. That is strength. That is knowing what you want. It says think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. This is a year to talk to Diana whenever you're feeling like, I need to refocus my energy. This is what I want. I need to get into that higher focused vibrational energy of, I know I can accomplish it. Okay, so you have Paul the Venetian and Diana as spirit guides to really kind of lean into this year coming along to help you to navigate for what you want. The moon is going to move into Virgo at 8:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. on Saturday evening, and then early on Sunday there is this it's not as strong of a trine energy, but it is the sun in Capricorn and it is Uranus in Taurus, and so with the earth energy of the moon in Virgo, that is an opportunity to really be inspired, to have an out of the box thinking, inspirational idea about what I'm going to do moving forward. How do I move things, a little out of the box thinking area. And so it's a great time to sit down and write out some action steps for the year ahead. And you have the Loon intuition. Well, of course you do. Look, Diana's got her intuition working big time. Your Pisces, you just have intuition working big time all the time, right? So really leaning into your superpower. It says, listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. When you need to figure out what to do, when you get stuck in negative thinking or just I don't know what to do next, retreat. Okay, so using the energy of the moons, especially when you're a water sign, is going to be very beneficial. And so those 2 or 3 days right before a new moon is a great time to pull your energy in and retreat and recharge, kind of like plugging your phone in to recharge the battery kind of energy. So it says, emerge from busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. There's a big opportunity happening for you. You chose this time to work on it, to create it, to bring this into manifestation. So out of the ethers into the 3D physical, lean into all of your superpowers. You're going to be tested. But Pisces, you're so much stronger than you know. You are so much more than you give yourself credit for. You are a very large energy, like the energy of a giant squished down into a little teeny ant. You have so much more spiritual power and authority and the ability to manifest than you give yourself credit for. And so at this time, it's about standing in the strength and the centeredness of knowing who you are and tuning into your intuition that you came here gifted yourself with because you knew you were going to need it. Now you need it. You know what's interesting? Diana has got her bow and arrow there. So does luck is on your side. Aim high. Aim high. And give yourself time. All right? Have patience for the process. Hope I see you here for Moon Night Live. I'd love to connect with you. If not, make sure you have a really empowering. You have an empowering new year ahead of you. It will be challenging, but every time you defeat a challenge, you realize you're stronger. You realize you're stronger. Kind of like tempered steel. Every time you get stuck in, they take the metal and they stick it into a fire and they melt it all down, and then they pull it out and they bend it and flap it over itself, and then they pound it and they beat it and they beat it and they beat it and they shove it back into the fire and they melt it all down, they pull it out, and every time it goes through that process, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger until that steel becomes like Excalibur, right? The sword of truth and resilience and magic. And that's you. All right. I will talk to you soon. You guys take care.